nation honors your sacrifices.
President Tinubu reaffirms commitment to enhancing Nigeria's defense capabilities.
Improving the quality of examination is a very important development.
Federal government plans full migration to computer-based tests to tackle exam malpractices in Nigeria.
Doctors are not on duty.
They say that they are on strike.
Also tonight, FCT residents bear brunt of doctors' 3-day warning strike. Now let's begin by taking you on a thrilling area journey through the vibrant streets of Kano, northwest Nigeria, on this enchanting Thursday evening. From the bustling Zoo Road, where ancient traditions meet modern energy, to the majestic Muhammadu Buhari Bridge at Kofar Nasarawa, which spans the city's majestic landscape, and onto the iconic Government House roundabout by State Road, where history and innovation converge. Kano City unfolds like a treasure trove of wonders by all means, a true melting point of cultures, where the rhythms of the past blend with the pulse of the present. A very good evening to you and welcome to NTA Network News. I am Jumma Yusuf. Adiola Kami Akere joins us tonight from Lagos, and here in Abuja, I have Musa Abubakar on the business news, and Badi Adele will give us the latest updates in the world of sports. Remember, you can follow these also on our newscast live on all our social media platforms displayed on the screen. Now let's pace up and get ready for the big reveal tonight, as we will be sharing the results of our exclusive survey on the federal government priorities for 2025. The question is, what should be the top focus for the federal government in the first quarter of 2025? Is it the student loan program, which will help ease the financial burden on students and families? Or perhaps police reforms aiming to improve safety and justice for all? Maybe your preference is fuel price. I am sure that will be a top concern for those seeking relief from rising costs of fuel. Then again, there will be those who would prioritize food production, which essentially means ensuring a stable and secure food supply for the nation. The survey is on, and we can't wait to share the results with you once again. The question is, which area do you want the federal government to focus the most in the first quarter of 2025? Do not forget, you can still join the conversation by scanning the barcode on your screen. Now, President Bola Tinubu says his government will continue to give necessary support to the nation's armed forces in order to ensure that Nigeria continues to win against enemies of state. The president, who reaffirmed the commitment at the groundbreaking ceremony of the new Armed Forces Complex, also at a separate event inaugurated a new army barracks named after him, also in Asokoro. State House correspondent Musbaud and Wahab reports.
It turned out to be a day the president dedicated to those who have dedicated themselves to the service of protecting Nigeria and its people. The current defense headquarters of more than 30 years, yet temporary, is considered inadequate and inappropriate for maximum efficiency of the military. And the armed forces got the blessing of the government of the day to begin a major step toward actualizing a more modernized complex for the three arms of the armed forces. Located within the mountainous terrain of Asokoro, it promises to be a befitting complex which would include offices, military hardware centers, meeting rooms, a conference hall, among other facilities.
This new project will serve as a hub for inter-service cooperation, fostering the spirit of jointness that is crucial for modern warfare and national defense.
Commending the loyalty and excellent services of the armed forces, as well as their sacrifices in protecting the nation, President Tinubu says this is his own practical way of showing appreciation to the military.
thank you for the improvement we have seen and the security, effectiveness, and the danger you faced most of the time. I follow your news regularly, and I appreciate what you are doing. A grateful nation honors your sacrifices with state-of-the-art facility that reflect the high standard demanded of you.
The Commander-in-Chief assured that his administration recognizes the burden and challenges confronting the armed forces and promises to respond to them appropriately.
I reaffirm my commitment to building a well-equipped and truly professional military that embodies our nation's pride. In this regard, I have authorized measures to enhance our operational effectiveness, including procuring critical equipment.
He also inspected an assemblage of locally manufactured armored personnel carrier vehicles.
We have realized that over time, because we've not been able to produce, it's been difficult getting these things even with our money. But these directives have ensured that we have started production, and this will enable us build the capacity of our armed forces.
The president proceeded to other parts of Asokoro for the inauguration of a new army barracks named Bola Ahmed Tinubu Barracks.
It's your welfare, and we will not compromise on it. We will continue to commit resources to improve your welfare. What you all are doing for us is extremely remarkable, is appreciated.
The barracks project was initiated and commenced in 2021 under Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, retired as the Chief of Army Staff. In Abuja, Musbal and Wahab, NTA News.
Indeed, this is a good day for the Nigerian Armed Forces and Nigeria's commitment to harnessing the potential of its youths, investing in education, and advancing smart agriculture are deliberate strategies to tackle global and domestic challenges. State House correspondent Abdulrahman Jubrila reports that Vice President Kashmir Shettima stated this at a Financial Times Global Risks Roundtable at the ongoing 2025 World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. He observed, however, that while crises abound, they also present opportunities for nations to rebuild stronger, while reaffirming Nigeria's resolve to embrace innovation.
Military solution cannot solve our problems. We have to combine it. Gender empowerment initiatives, investments in education, in healthcare, in infrastructure. Once we create hope for the youth, once we create hope for a better tomorrow, this sanitary madness will evaporate. Because we are a very young continent. Do you know the average age of the Nigerian nation? Is 16.9. So the anticipated demographic for nations like Nigeria, by 2050, we are supposed to surpass the United States, will be the third most populous nation on earth. Our population will be 440 million. And this anticipated demographic bulge, we have the window of transforming them into demographic dividends, or there will be the demographic disaster that will consume all of us. To me, Africa has the resources, has the internet. We miss the agricultural age. We miss the industrial age. We are now in the knowledge-driven post-industrial age. And I believe digital savvy Africans.
Vice President Shettima expressed Nigeria's dedication to provide for her population instead of depending largely on foreign aid. He called for multilateral cooperation to address global challenges, including conflicts and humanitarian crisis. The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, has urged the federal government of the United Kingdom to support Nigeria's fight against corruption. He stated this in London at an event tagged UK-Nigeria Collaboration, a parliamentary strategic dialogue which attracted the Deputy Leader of the British House of Lords, Lord Collins, among other members of Parliament from Nigeria and the UK. Kalu emphasized the importance of collaboration between the two countries in tackling corruption, among other challenges. As chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Constitution Review, the Deputy Speaker also sought the support of UK's Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office in enhancing Nigeria's constitution review process. The federal government has unveiled plans to address examination malpractice in the education sector by migrating all examinations to computer-based test CBT within the next 3 years. As part of this initiative, a committee has been inaugurated to oversee the process and ensure its successful implementation. Zenred Digmum reports.
To foster integrity and excellence in Nigeria's education system, stakeholders have emphasized the urgent need to eliminate examination malpractices which have plagued the sector for decades. The newly formed committee will delve into identifying the root causes of malpractice, addressing challenges such as inter-school candidate swaps, recruitment of quality invigilators.
We have to provide high qualitative education to our citizens and directly and indirectly improve our human capital development. I'll tell you today, Nigeria Human Capital Index is one of the lowest in the world.
Nigeria has become a market for the production of capital manpower all over the world.
Improving the quality of examination is a very important development, and it is something that we are into, and with this we'll be able to improve the quality of what we do.
In a related development, the Education Support Group convened a meeting to review progress in the sector and refine strategies for achieving set goals. Discussions centered on adapting to global education trends while maintaining Nigeria's indigenous processes.
As someone that has gone through Islamic school, or as Angaya school as you call it, there's complete exclusion because it's not recognized as a system in Nigeria. Efficiency.
To work with you and to work with all of your teams to really make a difference for the education of children and young people in Nigeria.
The Ministry of Education believes these measures are critical steps towards achieving the current administration's vision in Abuja. Zenred Digmun, NTA News.
Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, is pushing the advocacy for the preservation of Nigeria's history, emphasizing that as a cornerstone of national development, a sincere study of the past will help Nigerians understand the present and forge new paths for the future, particularly by taking advantage of technology. She stated this while inaugurating the National Youth Service Corps Digital Museum of Dynamic History and Television Studio at the NYC headquarters in Abuja. State House correspondent Adeni Taiwo tells us more.
For several years since its establishment in 1973, the National Youth Service Corps has affirmed its commitment to the promotion of Nigeria's unity in diversity by promoting culture.
Useful to this generation and generations to come.
The establishment of this digital museum of dynamic history by the scheme is to further expand the frontiers of its mandate, leveraging digital technology in line with global best practices. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu, while undertaking a guided tour of the museum, applauded NYSC for undertaking the project to further drive national integration and bridge gaps between youth potentials and community needs.
The Digital Museum, as I have been informed, is not merely a repository of artifacts. It is a dynamic chronicle of our shared history, values, and aspirations as a nation. It represents the various interventions the NYC members who through their selfless service have left indelible marks across diverse sectors. By embracing technology in this initiative, the NYSC has aligned itself with global best practices, ensuring that the lessons and legacy of the scheme are accessible to all in line with the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR to harness innovation and technology to drive digital economy.
She notes that efforts by the youth to preserve and promote Nigeria's history in a contemporary world affirms their strong belief in the unity of the country.
Whether facing challenges or opportunities, Nigerian youth rise with unshakable determination, proving that their strength lies in unity and promise of a brighter tomorrow for our nation.
I hope this initiative will inspire and show the courage of the young people, encouraging them to contribute positively to the society.
As a center for historical research, the new digital museum is expected to preserve and project the historical legacies of Nigeria.
We hope that individuals will find the museum as a valuable resource, providing researchers with useful materials related to the scheme's contributions to national development.
The first lady, who also inaugurated a new studio of NYSC television, also participated as a guest in a maiden studio interview of the station. In Abuja, Adini Itaiwo, NTA News.
The Ministry of Information and National Orientation is being repositioned for improved service delivery through effective synergy with federal ministries, departments and agencies in line with the renewed hope agenda mandate of the Tinubu administration. The Minister, Mohammed Idris, gave the assurance when he played host to the top management of the Bureau of Public Procurement, led by the agency's Director General Adebowale Adedokun. Salu Abdullahi Gwanara reports.
The visitors and the host have the mandate as drivers of the renewed hope policies in their respective offices. Barely 2 months in office as the Director General of Bureau of Public Procurement, this is an opportunity to share the vision of the agency he supervises.
We want our local contractors to build their capacity in such a way that they can be competitive, not only nationally, but globally. We want them to own Nigeria. If our resources remain in this country, then we'll begin to generate more revenues. We begin to build more schools. But where we do not encourage our local contractors to win contracts, that means we'll continually depend on others to survive. Under our watch, we intend to pursue that agenda vigorously. And you may know in time past that things get delayed in BPP. That is no longer the case. It has changed. In the last 1.5, about 5 weeks now, the turnaround time has almost gone below 20 days.
The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, wants public and private organizations to key into the vision of the Bureau of Public Procurement as a tool for job creation, whose activities have so far promoted fairness, accountability towards good governance.
And if you know what you want, someone should not tell you how you want it. Yes, the only thing that you can be told is to fit that need into the guidelines that are set up by governments to ensure transparency, accountability, and efficiency. And this is, I think, the major takeaway. The fact that you are allowing people to take ownership of their own procurement process while abiding by rules and regulations of the game. I want to tell you, DG, that the Ministry of Information will help to propagate this. Our platforms are there. We have the Nigerian Television Authority. We have the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria. We have the News Agency of Nigeria. We have the Voice of Nigeria. We have the National Orientation Agency.
He assured that under his watch, the Ministry of Information and National Orientation will be a one-stop shop for updates about activities of the renewed hope government. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
Time now for our first commercial break, but remember to join our ongoing survey using the barcode on your screen to share your thoughts on which area you want the federal government to focus the most in the first quarter of 2025. And of course, this is amongst the 4 identified options we have provided in the survey. Join the conversation. There'll be more news when we return. Welcome back. Now let's bring you up to speed with other news as the National Assembly is wrapping up activities on the budget defense for the 2025 fiscal year with hope of passing the appropriation bill by January 31st. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports that activities are now shifting to the Appropriations Committee to do the needful following request for improved funding.
8 days to the January 31st timeline of the 2025 budget passage by the National Assembly, the Appropriations Committee at the Senate is assuring standing committees that all issues of underfunding will be treated on merit.
Subject to availability of funds, subject also to the consultation with the leadership of the Senate and the House of Representatives of possible intervention.
The Committee on FEMA clearly spells out the problems and hopes for improved funding.
The capital allocation for FEMA to manage 36,000 kilometers of federal highways is 26.4 billion naira. That amount cannot even manage Abuja Lokoja federal highway.
Other committees continue budget defense engagements, among them Senate Committee on Culture, which invited Minister of Budget and Economic Planning over insufficient funding of the Arts, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy Ministry.
My ministry has been struggling with a grossly underfunded budget from 2024, which, to make matters worse, was further halved in 2025, despite the addition of the Ministry of Tourism.
It is the opinion of this committee that the Minister of Budget and Director of Budget Office be invited.
The Nigeria Education Loan Fund told the Joint Committee on Education that the projected loan request for 2025 is more than 1 trillion naira.
The requests and the registrations, 457,621 Nigerian students have registered, thereby showing an interest in taking this loan. Of that number, 352,796 have actually applied for the loan.
This purpose of creating NEL fund is, apart from that, is also dealing with skill acquisition, which is the key, which is the major challenge we have in Nigeria. Getting to 20 million people will be captured.
The sitting between the Senate Committee on Capital Markets and the Investment and Securities Tribunal was inconclusive, as the committee requested for more documents.
The Investment and Securities Tribunal plays a crucial role in resolving disputes arising from transactions in the capital market. We will also be examining the tribunal's strategies for leveraging technology to improve its services.
House Committee on HIV, Tuberculosis, Leprosy and Malaria Control, while engaging agencies on their 2025 proposals, urge governments at the federal and subnationals to prioritize prevention in the health sector.
Deliberations at the 22nd Daily Trust Dialogue have proffered solutions to critical national issues, including enhancing security in the agricultural produce-based areas of the country to ensure food is available and affordable. Kenneth Nanim reports that the dialogue is also harvested meaningful contributions from key players in the agricultural development sector towards ending hunger in the country.
For over 2 decades now, the Media Trust Organization, through its annual program, Daily Trust Dialogue, had examined Nigeria's national life in different perspectives. Making food available and affordable for all Nigerians is the focus for this year. Here, experts in food production say the Nigerian government must address insecurity in parts of the country, pay attention to issues of climate change, attend to deficit in energy supply and other needed infrastructure, as well as embrace new technology. But to achieve all of these, they say all hands must be on deck.
There are about 815 livestock markets across the country. They are in various states of disrepair. That is one area that we need to revamp.
When we courageously dismantle the outmoded paradigm and embrace progressive institutions and practices, new technologies, we can produce more and better with less.
Look at all the geopolitical zones, scale productivity of those things that are staple, and then you will have food security on a global basis.
Nigeria imports over 30% of the food that is consumed here. So we're not making a lot locally. That's a huge driver of the cost of food.
The session was interactive enough, with some participants expressing their views on other initiatives that could be harnessed towards development of the agri-value chain. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
The Association of Resident Doctors Federal Capital Territory Administration is on a 3-day warning strike to protest what they say are unpaid salaries, allowances and other unmet demands. Correspondent Sarafina Okon-Umweke reports that the strike has disrupted services in government hospitals across Abuja.
Visits to Kuje, Nyanya, Karu and Asokoro General Hospitals in the FCT revealed widespread compliance with the warning strike.
I came for scan and afterwards I was supposed to see a doctor, but after doing the scan they said that they are on strike and the doctor was not on set to see me, so they said I should come back tomorrow.
Doctors are not on duty and so it's not no services. It's only some of the nurses and the record departments are around.
In a telephone conversation, the leadership of resident doctors urged the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, to intervene promptly. They warned that failure to address their concerns could lead to an indefinite shutdown of hospital activities, although emergency services remain uninterrupted. Government officials were, however, not available to respond to the matter, as they were all away on official assignment. In Abuja, Serafina Okon-Umweke, NTA News.
Now, the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, has rolled out a slew of activities for 2025 aimed at deepening engagement with Nigerians abroad and leveraging their resources and expertise for national development. Chairman of NIDCOM, Abike Dabri Erewa, while highlighting the Commission's focus areas for the year, also emphasized strategic partnerships, investment, promotion, and cultural diplomacy as major areas of focus. Deborah Bala-Bugwa reports.
As 2025 gains momentum, NIDCOM has set its sights on executing some initiatives, including the Diaspora Investment Summit, mentorship programs, healthcare missions, cultural exchange programs, and policy advocacy. These aim to harness the strengths of Nigerians abroad to continue to the nation's growth. The chairman of NIDCOM, Abike Dabri Erewa, reaffirmed the Commission's commitment to engaging host countries on critical issues affecting Nigerians overseas. She highlighted areas such as immigration, education, and welfare as top priorities, alongside the development of strategic policy frameworks to maximize diaspora contributions.
The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is determined to do the right things. He's tackling infrastructure, he's tackling insecurity, he's working on ensuring the welfare of all Nigerians. So the role of government is to make the environment conducive, and the government is doing that.
As NIDCOM embarks on this transformative journey, expectations are high. The Commission's success in delivering tangible results could redefine the relationship between Nigerians at home and those abroad, fostering stronger ties and mutual growth. Deborah Balagbubu.
Time now to join our Lagos Network Center, and Adiola is standing by with more on NTA Network News. Hello, Adiola.
Jumai,
Recruitment of professionals with specialization in education has been identified as a way to stem the influx of unqualified personnel into the prestigious teaching profession, especially at elementary level. Stakeholders say this is instrumental for pupils to have a solid foundation at an early age and for a better society. Joel Popola reports.
Early stage of education, which encompasses kindergarten, nursery and primary stages, according to experts, are the bedrock of educational development of children, as it is the foundation that carries other levels of education. Qualified teachers are essential in this category, but stakeholders say oftentimes those who have no relevant qualifications or passion for teaching constitute the majority at this level.
The laws are there to hold schools accountable for the kind of teachers that they employ, because whatever it is that they are, the kind of teachers they employ will also determine the level of education, the quality of education the child gets.
You can see that teaching work is just because there's no job that is available. Because I don't have a job, instead for me to be jobless, I'd rather go and teach. And so the private institution took advantage of lack of employment, lack of job in Nigeria, and now employed anything that goes. It doesn't matter whether you have...
Paul Bernard, a civil servant who was once a teacher, joined the profession just because there was no job available to him then. Many of his likes are still teaching, and this will have far-reaching consequences on the children.
So, when you're teaching, and what you're receiving is not sustainable, there's no way you put in your best. You have to try to multitask. By multitasking, your concentration will not be there. You will not sit down and plan your lesson note. You will not sit down and plan your lesson plan, lesson note, lesson plan. It will affect the way you deliver in class.
While experts say it is imperative for parents to monitor the academic performances of their children, the need for thorough oversight of schools by relevant agencies was also emphasized. In Lagos, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
Legal practitioners advocate enforcement of laws to curb gross violation and abuse of rights of persons, as well as check conduct on social media that may likely cause breach of peace in the society. Amakaowo will tell us more.
Just like every human endeavor is faced with advantages and disadvantages, cyberbullying is one of the negative trends on social media.
Like the name implies, is a violation of the law using various mass media to attack, harass, humiliate, and sometimes even extort people of money and property. And the effect today in Nigeria is so perverse and pervasive.
The 2015 Cybercrimes Prohibition, Prevention and Other Interventions Law was amended in the year 2024 to curb this ugly trend in the face of a changing society.
Many times people just go online, and because you are behind the keyboard, because you are behind your phone's camera, you think you can say anything, you can do anything. The truth about it is that it's an offense. It's a criminal offense. Cyberbullying is a criminal offense. You go out there online and you're sharing fake news, you're trying to bring down somebody. If you call someone out online and you cannot justify the things you say about that person, and you have committed an offense, you have maligned the person's reputation, you have defamed the person, you are committing a big offense, and the law will come after you. It's criminal. You can go to prison for it.
It is the view of stakeholders that fines from the cybercrimes law be made to equate the damages victims face after cyberbullying. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
And those are stories from Lagos. The news will continue after this break. To stay with us.
In network news, Sky Medical Nigeria Limited, a medical technology company based in Nigeria, is signing a memorandum of understanding with a Chinese company, Anhui Benji Holding Company Limited, to supply medical equipment worth over $21 million with a quest to ensure access to quality medical equipment and healthcare service delivery in the country. Deputy Director in Sky Medical Limited, Hamza Ndawia, at an engagement in Abuja, says the step is to complement federal government's health sector renewal investment initiative towards improving population health outcomes. Olishe Adegbo has details.
This memorandum of understanding for the supply of medical equipment to Nigeria is what Sky Medical Nigeria Limited, a private enterprise, describes as its own support for the nation's healthcare goals on achieving universal health coverage through access to better and affordable care. Magnetic resonance imaging (MRI) and computed tomography (CT) top the long list of the medical equipment expected in country, with hopes of mitigating medical tourism outside the country, as Nigerians can now access the expected health care they need.
And we are bringing equipment, different type of equipment to Nigeria hospitals, and this equipment worth over 21 million US, and bringing this equipment to Nigeria will help Nigerians in terms of health facility and other things in our hospitals. And we are giving this equipment not pay cash. Once we deliver this equipment, we are going to install it. After installation, we are also going to bring an expatriate that will work in the hospitals for like 2-3 getting to a month in hospitals. After that, we are also going to be maintaining this equipment.
Yeah, in 6 months, our device will come here. I want to support my best device and best technical to here, and we will continue try our best to give Nigeria the best medical.
The sourcing for the medical equipment from a Chinese company is based on the country's assessment needs, and the two institutes emphasize on efficiency of the procurement and sustainability plans. In Abuja, Oluseye Adiagbo, NTA News.
And Musa Abubakar is standing by with business news. Musa?
Thank you, Jumay. Let's begin in Davos. In his first address to global business and political leaders, U.S. President Donald Trump demanded that OPEC lower oil prices and urged countries around the world to reduce interest rates. He also warned of imposing tariffs on products manufactured outside the United States, reinforcing his second-term agenda of rejecting free market norms both domestically and internationally.
With oil prices going down, I'll demand that interest rates drop immediately, and likewise, they should be dropping all over the world. Interest rates should follow us. I declared a national energy emergency, and it's so important, national energy emergency to unlock the liquid gold under our feet and pave the way for rapid approvals of new energy infrastructure. The United States has the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we're going to use it.
And after capital market, equities market continued bearish run Thursday as investors lose 290 million naira. The all-share index declined marginally by 0.05% to close at 102,788.2 points. A total of 390 million shares valued at 21.4 billion naira were traded in 12,159 deals on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. This represents a 45% increase in turnover and a 13% rise in the number of deals. Market capitalization stands at 63.1 trillion naira. Scout Nigeria led the gainers with 9.76% share price appreciation, closing at 3 naira 60 kobo per share, followed by Dar Communications, May Baker Nigeria, and Prestige Assurance Company. Guarantee Trust Holding company recorded the highest volume of 42.1 million traded shares, followed by United Bank for Africa, Zenith Bank, and Access Holdings. That's a quick look at business news. The news continues after the break.
At Home Options, you're welcome to a world of elegance where every corner whispers sophistication. Step into our showroom and indulge your senses with our timeless designs and craftsmanship, from plush sofas to magnificent dining tables that host lifetime celebrations. Our collections, the hallmark of luxury. Create your haven with exclusive bedroom selections and turn your sanctuary into a realm of refined tranquility. When it comes to bathroom solutions, our stylish fixtures, lavish tubs and showers are crafted for your well-being, transforming your daily routine into a ritual of indulgence. At Home Options, we provide lifestyle solutions. So, visit our showrooms in Lagos and Port Harcourt because your space deserves to mirror your impeccable taste. Home Options. Live well.
They asked me how I came this far. I told them I had to sweat. Sweat is chasing your dreams. Sweat is never giving up. Sweat is action, but can also bring germs. That's why I use Dettol Cool Soap with 5 degrees cooling sensation. Summer heat brings body odor, but Dettol Cool protects you from 99.9% of illness-causing germs and keeps you fresh.
The new Happic sachets. It has a thick formula, so all you need is just 1 sachet for your toilet bowl. It gives 10 times better cleaning and big savings too.
Wow, Helen!
Sparkling clean toilet with Happic sachet.
TerraCube. Unwrap joy. Unleash taste.
Ready for school? Yes! My champs, they use energy at school. I know because imagine the energy they may have used up to return home this transformed every day.
Your champs need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast.
It has nutrients that support energy release to help champs get the most out of their active days.
Imagine lovely meals you can cook with these ingredients. You spend heavily, but no guarantee of a tasty meal. Not making a right choice of seasoning cube can ruin your meal, money, and confidence. For a tasty meal, do not compromise. Choose Gold.
Use Terra Gold for the rich, consistent taste your loved ones crave for. Good for soups, stews, and jollof. Terra Gold. 1 cube, endless possibilities.
The new Happic sachets. It has a thick formula, so all you need is just 1 sachet for your toilet bowl. It gives 10 times better cleaning and big savings too.
Wow, Helen!
Sparkling clean toilet with Happic sachet.
Ready for school? Yes! My champs, they use energy at school. I know because imagine the energy they may have used up to return home this transformed every day.
Your champs need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast.
It has nutrients that support energy release to help champs get the most out of their active days.
They asked me how I came this far. I told them I had to sweat. Sweat is chasing your dreams. Sweat is never giving up. Sweat is action, but can also bring germs. That's why I use Dettol Cool Soap with 5 degrees cooling sensation. Summer heat brings body odor, but Dettol Cool protects you from 99.9% of illness-causing germs and keeps you fresh.
Talk sports on the news tonight as the ongoing international horse racing tournament, BIDA 2025, also known as Sahel Savannah Series, is successfully fostering friendship and unity among West African nations. Countries including Cameroon, Niger, Mali, Senegal, Chad, Burkina Faso and Nigeria participated, showcasing the strength of their horse breeds, despite varying political tensions, which pleased various stakeholders. The tournament's grand finale is scheduled for Saturday.
Is expecting to, bring people together and solve a lot of problems, which includes security, and then also the relationship between Nigeria and their border countries.
Always following the horse racing in Nigeria, especially because here I'm in Bida for some days, so I use this opportunity to come and follow it live here.
Because we are here, we used to be happy. All our disturbances, we used to leave it at home.
And to football now, Kano Pillars secured a 2-0 victory over Enyimba in a rescheduled Nigeria Premier Football League match day 14 clash at the Sani Abacha Stadium on Thursday. This defeat marked Enyimba's first in 10 league matches, and they have now gone 5 consecutive games without scoring in Kano. With the victory, Kano Pillars climbed to 7th place in the league standings. And to a bit of tennis now, Madison Keys expressed that her commitment to adopting a more aggressive style of play paid off on Thursday. The 19th seed American saved a match point to defeat Iga Swiatek, setting up an Australian Open final against Aryna Sabalenka. The 29-year-old achieved a remarkable 5-7, 6-1, 7-6 victory over Swiatek, coming close to exiting the tournament in the semi-finals, while Swiatek served a 6-5 in the final set. The American will meet two-time defending champion Aryna Sabalenka, who triumphed over Paulo Batosa 6-4, 6-2 in the other semi-final match. That's a bit on sports tonight. Let's now return to Jemai.
Thank you, Badi. The families of Onyema Okoronko has announced the death of Sir Johnny Onyema Okoronko, which occurred on the 1st of December 2024. A statement by the family indicates that burial arrangement would commence with service of songs in Umuahia North local government area of Abia State on Wednesday, 5th of February 2025 at the deceased compound. Funeral service will take place at St. James Anglican Church, Umuohi, Umuagwa, at 10 a.m. on Friday, 7th of February, while interment follows at the Okoronko's compound. Sir Johnny Onyema Okoronko, who died at the age of 76, is survived by a wife, children, and grandchildren. And to wrap up things for now, let's bring up something exciting. Now, you know, the survey is there, and we can see the results now, but you can also continue to vote as voting continues. We have 59.2% going for fuel price and 33.4% going for food production. Well, you can keep voting so that we can get your opinion on the following areas where you want the government to focus the most in first quarter of 2025. And that's it on NTA Network News for tonight. Thanks so much for your time. Good night. I am Jumai Yusuf.